FBI,
drain the swamp, enough is enough.
FBI,
Drain the swamp, enough is enough.
FBI,
Drain the swamp, enough is enough.
FBI is not a militia.
Yes, FBI is not a militia. I mean, in Kenya's political battlefield, a new wave of defiance is rising, loud and shaken and unafraid. Patrick Osoi, who is their leader, has now come out so strongly with a very radical movement known as the FBI. And what they mean is that they are fighting brutality and impunity. Wait a minute, what are they fighting against? They are fighting against brutality and impunity. And this has thrown down the gauntlet at President Ruto. Anyway, before we even get into this video, welcome back to another episode of WeeKenyans. I mean, if you're coming back for the first time, I want you to take 3 seconds of this video to just hit on that subscribe button and also hit on that notification bar so that anytime we do a video, you're able to be notified. FBI has been branded by some as dangerous, dismissed by others as militia, but Osoi is actually now firing back with a very bold declaration that they are not militia, and they've told William Ruto that they are coming for him and they want to do away with the impunity and to drain the swamp with what has been happening in Kenya. They've said they're a movement of Kenya because Kenyans are tired of corruption, are tired of police killings, are tired of impunity. What does this even mean? Is this a warning for the head of state? I mean, can they even manage it? I mean, what is the end goal of the FBI? Will they really manage to do away with impunity in Kenya? But anyway, let us listen to their presser before we even dive deep into the discussion about FBI.
FBI,
Drain the swamp, enough is enough.
FBI,
Drain the swamp, enough is enough.
FBI,
Drain the swamp, enough is enough.
it is enough, and we say again, it is enough of impunity. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, first I want to acknowledge all the medias present and the people who are here today as we give this presser. And as I've said before, this is just to make clarity on the things that happened last 2 weeks ago. And I want to make it clear to the people and to the Kenyan people all over the world what FBI we stand for. Fighting brutality and impunity in all manners. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, let me start my official press statement that I would wish every Kenyan at any given time you be listening to it, because this has been a cry, not this time, but since we gained independence in 1963. We have not yet gotten the independence and the independence that we want. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, today we stand not just as a movement, but as a mirror to the soul of our nation, a nation broken by brutality, a people bruised by brutality, and a generation betrayed by those who swore to protect and serve them. FBI movement is not a militia. We are not terrorists. We are not criminals. We are zealous, dedicated citizens. We are students, farmers, workers, parents, youth. We are Kenyans. We don't carry guns. We carry truth. We don't plant bombs. We plant ideas. We do not loot, we liberate. We fight with words, unity, with vision, not violence. The real terrorism is found in brutality, in policies that starve the poor Kenyans, in bullets fired to minors, in corruption that kills hospitals, schools, universities, and farms. FBI fight brutality. FBI expose impunity. FBI stands for justice, dignity, and peaceful resistance. Don't fear us. Join us. This is your fight too. fighting brutality and impunity, bound by oath, driven by duty, and committed to rescue our beloved nation. When we say we are fighting brutality and impunity, we are speaking of systemic oppression and exploitation carried out not with weapons, but with pens, policies, silence, deceit, and betrayal. We are done being silent, and therefore we say enough is enough. Brutality is not just physical. It is economic brutality. It is institutional brutality. It is structural brutality. It is deliberate and even spiritual brutality. FBI, we stand for enforced governance, constitutional, and adherence to the rule of the law. Ladies and gentlemen, FBI, we stand for transparency and accountability that we are calling for our leaders to do so. Zero tolerance to corruption, zero tolerance to impunity and nepotism that is all over. Efficiency and effectiveness in our public service, and end to nepotism and impunity in our government system. Participation of governance or in governance as the people of Kenya, as it is provided by the Constitution. Equity and inclusivity of the Kenyan people in making decisions. Responsiveness of the government system. Integrity that is ruining this country. We are strategic in vision. We are here to fight police brutality, where tear gas and bullet replace dialogue, and baton silence peaceful chants, where a young, vibrant generation, Gen Z, is dragged to court and charged with terrorism simply for demanding a better Kenya for all. Protesting is not injustices, it's not terrorism, it's patriotism. We are here to fight all manner of brutality, of weaponization and misuse of security agencies, forcing officers to act unlawfully by shooting innocent Kenyans to protect corrupt elite as they auction our 27 trillion worth of natural resources, minerals, and energy resources. We are here to fight brutality and impunity on uniformed officers through poor welfare, low wages, and neglected medical care, mental health care, where an average salary of a police officer is 15,000 Kenya shillings, while their lives and integrity are sacrificed in committee for consequences of unlawful command given by those people who are seated in the offices and exercising impunity. We are here to fight brutality on our military lunch provision being scrapped as they suffer squeezed excessively taxes, salaries, and punitive taxes, and the removal of food allowances while deployed. And the question is, who takes the monies when our military officers and personnel get deployed? A government that doesn't prioritize security, we say, and their operators to protect its citizens is illegitimate government and an enterprise of criminals. Therefore, the young people are not the criminals and are not the terrorists. We are here to fight unemployment brutality, economic brutality, where taxes multiply but salaries don't, where the cost of living raises but dignity falls, where you are taxed for being alive, taxed for dying, and taxed even in your sleeping time. We are here to fight pending bills brutality. Every day, business owners, contractors, suppliers, farmers, innovators, and suffering depression silently because of government unpaid bills. while the leaders we elected enjoy huge increased salaries, allowances, and sit in big offices intimidating the Kenyan people. Ladies and gentlemen, paying bills aren't the numbers, it's not just numbers. They are stolen futures of millions. Paying bills is not paperwork. They are people's lives held hostage. The government owes over Kenya shillings 600 billion in verified and paid bills. How can you steal from Kenyans and mock them with empty empowerment program meant to lure the Kenyan people? How can billions be spent building church in State House while Kenyans suffer in paying bills? This is not a financial delay. This is economic warfare. And we say enough is enough. We are here to fight education brutality, where free education is a myth and students drown in help debts before they can even start dreaming to start life. We are here to fight healthcare brutality, where hospitals is becoming place of despair, not hearing where the sick are asked for money before they are even attended, where dying poor is easier than living broke. We are here to fight brutality in all manner. Access to government health services has been denied to many of us who aren't registered up to the date to SHA. Payments, as recent scandal has exposed, frowned by 40 health facilities under the new Service Health Authority. This is the truth, face of health brutality, corruption, feeding on the sick Kenyan people. Healthcare should be a right and not a privilege to our Kenyan people, as is provided by our constitution. Yet, medicine is missing, doctors strike, and the poor die waiting in the queue to be attended. We are here to fight payslip brutality, where your salary is swallowed by deductions until you are left without nothing. We are here to fight brutality disguised as dialogue, where compensation for extrajudicial killing is used as a scheme and a way to lure the Kenyans' silence. We are here to fight agricultural brutality, where our farmers are betrayed. A court in Kirugoya has already stopped duty-free rice imports meant to kill Mwea farmers' livelihoods. The sugar sector, too, is strangled by imports, leaving sugarcane farmers in poverty. This is deliberate sabotage of Kenyan farmers and economy. From soil to struggle, our farmers deserve justice. We must continue to fight the impunity. We are here to fight foreign policy brutality. The government secretly grants sweeping privileges and immunities to foreign entities like the Global Center on Adoption GCA without accountability on public participation. Who benefits? Certain, not the Kenyan people. We are here to fight economic sabotage disguised as privatization, like the secret attempt to privatize the Kenyan pipeline company, KPC, which the High Court has now stopped national asset, must never be auctioned off behind closed doors without the involvement of Kenyan people. We are here to fight impunity and brutality against small traders, border riders, mama bogas who were deceived by false promise of pesa mfukoni by this regime that is wrong to its own citizen. Let us be clear. Police are not our enemies. They are our fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, and neighbors. They take coerced and lawful orders from the real enemies, the political class in this regime, who hide behind them in uniform and laws that they don't follow, not even the constitution they follow. We say the political elite stop weaponizing poverty as a neocolonialism demeanor. Stop weaponizing the police. Stop killing dreams. Enough is enough. We have hundreds of young men unlawfully detained and have applicated terrorism act as a witness while I was in custody for simply raising the voices. Meanwhile, dozens have been killed and injured during peaceful protests. We yet have to have the accountability and the people who gave orders arrested. As FBI fighting brutality and impunity, we demand 1. Abolition of punitive taxation and a fair revenue model focused on economic growth. We demand full recovery of stolen public assets and prosecution of all involved persons without political protection. We demand transparency and accountability in all public spending and procurement. We demand an end to unlawful security directives targeting peaceful protesters and whistleblowers being killed in daylight. Ladies and gentlemen, we demand revision of the Terrorism Act of 2015 that was meant for Al-Shabaab and Al-Shabaab attacks for in this country. We clearly define terrorism and protect the peaceful activists that only need a better living and a better Kenya. We demand living wages for all civil servants and uniformed officers aligned with the contemporary cost of living in the world today. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to demand protection of farmers through fair pricing, subsidies, banning unnecessary imports, and support export for farmers. We demand job creation through a national industrial strategy focusing on manufacturing, technology, and agriculture, because that is the backbone of a country that wants to grow. Ladies and gentlemen, we continue to demand the end to tribalism, nepotism, and impunity in public appointment and governance. We demand adherence to the constitution of this country and the rule of the law as the supreme guide for the leadership of this country. We demand immediate release and dropping of charges against peaceful protesters and compensation for the victims for psychological distortion. We demand independent investigation by IPOA into police brutality and the political orders behind the people who gave those unlawful orders. Let us stop playing gimmicks. We continue to demand reforms in our education sector, education including free education and help debts that hold our people in captive to date. We demand audit and publish of all pending bills publicly so that we can understand as a people where we stand as a country. We also demand to compensate the compensation of our suppliers for payment that has been delayed for many years and in any other way because they do not associate with the current regime. And this case, we want to say, we continue to demand a pass of a prompt payment laws to make sure that we protect the small business owners, investors, pending bills, because pending bills equals economic brutality.
Well, even after the recent arrest and humiliation, Patrick Osoi and the FBI are not backing down. and their message to Ruto couldn't be clearer. Accountability is coming, whether the state likes it or not. But the big question is, are they legitimate? Are they the voices of the people? I mean, who have actually nominated them? Who are they speaking for? Are they channeling the frustrations of Gen Zs and ordinary Kenyans? And if so, I mean, are they speaking for the Gen Zs? Or is this a dangerous gamble that risks pushing Kenyans deeper into political chaos? I mean, we never know what is their end goal because this hasn't been clear. Are they sponsored? Because those are the many questions that people are asking themselves. Either way, the battle lines are drawn. And President Ruto has now been facing so much opposition from Wamunyoro, from Matiangi, from Maraga. And people have started, taking sides and making sure that they actually speak to people about their concerns and their manifestos for 2027. And this is not any different. But as it stands, these people have refused to be silenced and they've said that they're not malicious. Will Kenyans buy that? Anyway, let us wait and see. That brings me to the end of this video. I mean, what do you think of the FBI? Are they fighting a good cause? Or this is just another, political sponsored goons? Share your thoughts in the comment section. But before I go, I want you to take 3 seconds of this video to hit on that subscribe button and also to hit on that notification bar so that anytime we do a video, you're able to be notified. Until next time, bye bye.